Hello everybody. Anybody new to my channel, my name is Jeff. Welcome to my little machine shop here. Um, I'm terminally ill. Sometimes my symptoms come out in these videos. In my past videos it was some terrible symptoms were coming out. New doctors got me doing really well. They slowed the disease down. Again, I'm terminal, and I'm doing very well right now. So I'm grateful. But anyways, let's get on to this. I decided to do internal and external threading of polymer, thermoplastic, polyoxymethylene, Delrin, acetal, what they call it polyacetal as well. But Delrin and acetal are the two names this will come under. I've already threaded. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. We're gonna just thread some plastics, some different kind of stuff that likes to push away from your cutter, that has different technical difficulties that come with it compared to alloys and steels. Anybody that's watched my videos can absolutely learn to thread on my videos. I've threaded stainless steel, 416 stainless, 304 stainless, the whore of stainless steel, 304 the whore. Done a lot of threading on that. We thread aluminum. And now we're doing some thermoplastics. A lot of people on YouTube will use brass because brass is so easy to thread. And the way brass comes at cuts, it chips. So you always get a beautiful looking thread. Pretty much when the thread's completely, you almost can't destroy it. So that's reason why a lot of people will use brass. We've never used brass. I've used the more difficult stuff because I want you to learn. Polymers, like to push away from your cutter, you're going to want very sharp tools. Brand new threading inserts, brand new, very fine radius inserts, very sharp. You're going to get your best results with thermoplastics. You're going to remember this stuff likes to push away from the tool and flex. So when you get outside the jaws or outside the chuckleways, you're going to start wanting to use a center, maybe even a follow rest, and you'll get much sooner. But this stuff has a lot of stiffness, has a lot of integrity. I wrote some stuff down. Yeah, high stiffness, low friction, excellent dimensional stability. It is incredibly accurate to cut and maintains super accurate dimensions. 360-degree melt point. So we went over what they call it: polyoxymethylene, polyacetal, Delrin, thermoplastic, but Delrin and acetal are the main names. So we're going to do two. I did two threads. Last night I came out and I did a video with an 18 TPI, which is this side here. And then today I did a 16 TPI. I didn't like the 18 TPI video, so I came out and I did it a little differently. And I cut a whole nother thread for y'all. Enjoy the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I need all the likes, shares, and subscribers I can get. And we'll see you at the end of the video. Okay, before we get on to the lathe here, I want to go over some numbers real quick for you. So we're doing a 3/4 16 thread today. Like I said, I did the 18 thread last night. Here are our numbers. These numbers come off a unified thread chart. So this is a standard commercial engagement thread. Let's take a look down here. I'm going to pull excuse me, wrong one. At the 7/8, close that one, 3/4 16 right there. Okay, and these are where the numbers come from that I use. They come right off of this. There it is. This is called the Unified National Thread Chart. You can get it off Google Play. But we basically went with these numbers, and of course we had to fine-tune the numbers because we are threading acetal. So anyways, let's get on to this video, but I wanted to go over these numbers with you. Didn't want to leave you out of that because this stuff's important to know. So let's get moving. I'll make sure we have enough sitting outside the jaws here. So we're going to do that's a 1 1/4 inches right there. That'll be good. I think we'll be plenty of clearance to stop before we hit the jaws. So we're going to do a 3/4 16 thread. I'm going to bring this 1-inch OD down to 7/48.5. I think that's my maximum major diameter. It's a 7/48.5. And do my undercut, and then we're going to cut an external 3/4 16 thread in acetal, Delrin. And I'll give you some rundowns on the properties of this particular polymer. The thing you got to worry about with turning a polymer like that, threading polymers, is it doesn't have the integrity of alloys or steels. So anything sticking out of the chuck, I mean, it's common sense. You're going to want to use a center for support, maybe a follow rest, but these can push a little bit more away from your tool. So we're going to always make sure we have sharp inserts. The sharper the insert, the finer the radius, the smaller the radius, you're going to get a much better cut with less flex, less part being pushed away from the tool. So anyways, let's get busy here. I'm going to go ahead. I just faced this. Now I'm going to start turning the OD down to 750. I'll do a couple passes for you and then we'll time lapse it. And we're going to do an internal and external thread with polymer. Okay. And with 0 right there on my Y. I just want to go down and get my accurate cut. We're going to do this at 1 inch depth, 900 thread length, 100 undercut. Okay, we're turning. I'm spinning right now at 840. I'm going to do a scratch cut because I want to get a nice throw setup measurement. So let's feed this in, get this done. Nice thing about this too, it won't mark up your part. Okay, there's 1,550 right there. So we got 1 inch, 150 thousandths. I'm going to 0 my X. I'm going to come out and then we're going to get a measurement and then we're going to set our drill up. You're going to have to pull all that off. So let me get my micrometer. I know this is 1 inch Delrin. I did one of these last night at test fit and it turned out absolutely beautiful. I'll show it to y'all. But I didn't have the camera set up right, so I decided to reshoot the whole video. So we're sitting at 999. I think you can see this. And my measurement is 999. I hope that's focused. I can't tell. Move some of the light off here, maybe that'll help. I just can't tell, my eyes are so bad. But it's 999. We'll set my drill up. We're going to bring this back to 0, feed back in. That's where we hit a 0 after our cut. Then I'm going to put 0.999 and 4/10 in. X. 0.999 4/10. Enter. So our diameter set, we're going to bring it down to 750. This will be fast. I'm going to do 50,000 cuts to get this done. You hear it squealing? It's pushing a little bit. We're still getting a beautiful finish. I'm going to eyeball my stop point right there. That was 948. I'm going to go 900. Actually 897. Polymers are great materials to machine. They machine so well. And they're like cutting butter. So that was 897. 834. Let's get some big cuts here and get this done. Listen to her squeal. I'm going to take it down to 800. We're going to do a double check our measurement. It's in at 833.8. Let's go ahead and take it down to 800. And we'll mic it and see how accurate we are. $800 exactly on the drill. Ooh, listen to her squeal. That's all right. My finish says everything. Beautiful. It's okay. And it quiets down when it gets inside where it's not pushing the part. There's not as much leverage. As the cutter gets further in towards the chuck, the squeal went away. That's because the part stopped pushing. Okay, we're sitting at 800. Let's take a measurement. See where we're at. We want this accurate. Now the thread I did last night, I did it to spec and it was tight. I'll show all this to you because I already did an internal and external thread, and I ended up going in and taking 2.5 thousandths more out of the ID thread, the internal thread. And look at this. I hope you can see that. Man, that don't look like it's focused at all. I can't tell if it is or isn't. Anyways, it's dead on 800. Dead on. So let's go ahead and run her down to 748 and get this done. At 7. I'm gonna do 775 first. Do this in two smaller passes. Beautiful finish. See how quiet it's getting? Okay. That was 775. Take one more measurement. I'm going to make sure I hit this. I don't want to have to redo anything. We're doing this on the first shot, people. You're going to watch all the threading and me fit this on the first shot. Okay, now we're at 776. I don't know if you can see it. I'm hoping that's in focus. All right, accurate enough. Let's go ahead and hit our number. 748.5. 748.8 is where I'm at. Let's get her done. It's going to be a fast threading job. Very fast. We'll go ahead and do a quick undercut. This stuff cuts like butter. All right, 748.8. All right, let's make sure. We'll make sure, even though I trust it. I know this drill, and I know this machine so well, I know it's right. And you're going to see it. I had 748.8. Look what it's sitting on. To me, it looks like a 748.9. Let me see if I can pull this away a little bit. Get a better focus on it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's 748.9. Madro said 748.8. I hope they're in focus. Okay, let's do an undercut quick and get this thread done. Undercut. My favorite tool for undercut, nice and sharp. This is an excellent tool for doing fine cutting on all alloys and steels. So we're going to come in, touch off, get our 0. All right, let's go in 100 thou, 1 inch. There's 1 inch right there. We're going to do this quick. I'm going to come in and get a scratch cut so I know where I'm at, so I can get my depth 5 thousandths below the minor diameter. So our tool comes off in the undercut and doesn't continue to cut in the undercut. Okay, scratch cut. There's a scratch cut. We'll just go with that. Close enough. Now let's actually do a little better than that. I'll fit it in kind of quick. There it is. Okay. X. 0.74. Oh, excuse me. X. 0.74880. Back to 1 inch. Right there, we're going to feed in quite a bit to get this done. Okay, that's 789 or 689. Our minimum diameter, or maximum minor, I mean, is 680. We got to go a little deeper. 674. Bring it out. Okay. That's a nice deep undercut, plenty of clearance. We'll get this cut real fast. I've done enough threading videos that anybody can watch my videos, and there's enough threading on there you can learn how to thread professionally. Okay, undercut's done. Time to thread. Now I'm going to use the chamfer tool. We're going to chamfer this up a little bit, and hopefully at the end I won't have to clean it up at all. We're going to bring our 45 tool in. Put a nice little chamfer on here, break its edge. That might be deep enough where I don't have to, I'll do a little more. So I don't have to go back at the end, but I probably will. Okay, let's thread. External threading tool, nice and sharp yet. You want your threading tool sharp, brand new insert. Okay, we're going to set our RPM to 500. I'm telling you right now, if I thread that at 6 or 840, like I was just spinning at, the threading dial comes around so fast, difficult to engage correctly every time. And you don't want to mess up. Okay, we're going to do a starting point right there. Let's do a scratch cut at 748.5, 748.8, excuse me. Scratch cut's coming. We're almost there. My eyes say we're almost there. There it is. I can see it. X 0.7488. Enter. Going back out. Let me set the machine up for 16 threads per inch. Let's get to our 0 start point. I got to engage the threading dial too. I loosened that up and moved it out of the way. I still have the Allen wrench out. Okay, let me engage my threading dial. It's engaged. We're going to set up for a 16 TPI thread. 16 TPI A2M2. Machine's got to be running in order to turn these dials. So A2M2. A2M2. 16 threads per inch. Double check. I'll show this setup to you after we cut this thread with the camera, so I can get the camera out here on the side of the lathe to show you the charts. Again, I have other threading videos. All this is in there. All right, we're at our 0 start point. I'm at 724. We're 748.5. We're going to thread deep. We're going to go 15 thousandths each cut. I've got to get my 0 start point back. Okay, there we are. And we on our indicator table, 16 threads per inch. We can start on any number, but we're going to start on 1, my favorite number. Okay, 1's coming around. Here it comes. Okay, you can hear it wanting to push a little bit, but I don't have enough length out of this lathe where this thread isn't going to turn out. It's going to turn out just fine. Okay, bring our tool back past your thread height, back to your start point. And let's go another 15. So we're sitting at 713. Number 1's coming around. There we go. All right, we're going to do this fast. Watch how fast I thread this sucker. 0 start point. We're going to go to 685. We're at our 0. Here comes 1. Engage. Listen to her squeal. Listen to her push. Thread turned out beautiful. Back to our 0 start point, and we're going to 680, 80, and 8/10 thou. So almost 681. Get our 0 start point here quick. There we are. 687. So I have 680 thousandths and 7/10. Not quite 681. Let me move it to 681. There it is. 681.1. We're at a 0 start point. Here comes 1. Engage. Our final cut. There's our final cut. I'm going to back it out. As you can see, this thread's turning out beautiful. Look at that, beautiful thread. Coarse thread, and our chamfer here looks like it was just about right. Got a little bit of debris right there. We're going to leave it alone, okay? We're going to leave this alone. I'm going to go in and do one more cleanup pass. Let's get our zero start point. There it is. We're going to go to 681 again. 681.1. There it is. One more cleanup pass. Here comes one. And there's the cleanup pass. So it still made a cut. So that's how much push was going on. We were still able to get that much off on a cleanup pass. All right. Okay. Back our tool out. Let's move on to the external matching thread in Delrin polymer. As you can see, that's a beautiful thread. Just move my tools out of the way here and we'll show this to you real close. No time lapse today because we're threading so quickly. There you go. That pristine thread in plastic. Delrin copolymer. Okay, let's set up. I'm going to turn the camera off right now. I'm going to get my other piece set in. Here's the thread I did last night. And this I did an 18 thread on this end. And we just did a 16 thread on that end. So we're going to have two matching threads to show you. Okay, let me shut this down and get my part in here and get ready to do our internal thread. Okay, so what I need to do here, I'm going to take the external threading tool out. I got to make my hole. I faced this earlier. This is a 1.5 inch piece. We're going to do the 3/4 thread in it, of course. I have it out here because jaw pressure on Delrin will deform an OD and an ID borehole. It absolutely is a problem with this stuff. So when you learn to thread Delrin, Acetal, you need to learn about jaw pressure deforming the part. So we're going to be in front of the jaws, so we should get a nice, beautiful round hole. So let's start our hole. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to finish it in time lapse. So we're going to bring our center drill in. We're going to center drill. Then we're going to use a silver and Deming drill here. Silver and Deming. And then I'm going to bore it to 750. Okay, so let me back this out. We'll do this in time lapse. We can get it done quick. Okay, so you just saw that in time lapse, and what I did, I just got my hold to actually with a drill bit, I can actually punch that hole to 688, so I'm real close to my minor diameter. I went in and did my undercut, so we're ready to set a threading tool up. I'm going to do a little chamfer here, break that edge. I'm going to do it with a deburring tool. Bring my tool post out of the way here, and we'll do a nice little chamfer here real quick. There you go. Of course, the deburring tool does a beautiful job because it's like cutting butter. So let's get our internal threading tool set up. Go in and get our scratch cut. Again, I cut with this last night. Get this Delrin out of here so I know it's sharp. I'm going to go in and get a scratch cut. We're going to set our OD, our ID, excuse me, number to 688. So let's go in and get a scratch cut and get our drill set up to our exact diameter, 688. We're going to go into my experience last night cutting this. I ended up, like I said, I had to go in 2.5 thousandths more. When I hit my number, the thread was just slightly tight. So I went in and I did another cleanup cut of 2.5 thou, and it fit perfect. I'll show you that thread at the end when we get this one done. But we're going to thread this, hit it on the first number, and hopefully the first time, if not a second. You know, clean up the same way as last night. And I'm going to thread it right in front of the camera. I'll show you. We're coming in and getting close. There was my scratch cut, I believe. And maybe not. Do it again. There, I saw it. Okay. X point 6, 88, 0. Enter. We're going to bring our tool out, find ourselves a nice starting point. Let's start right there. There's our 0 point. We're going to come in. So we're at 680. We'll just round it off to 689. I think it was 688.8. And we'll cut the 705 first. That'll be our first cut. We're still set up on 16 threads per inch. We still got the lead screw going. We're going to go into I see around 900, and I'm going to disengage the lead screw. Here comes number 1. 976 is where I stopped. Back out past the thread. Back to start point. We'll get this done fast. I'm not even going to time lapse it. We're going to move this thing right on out of here. That was 705. Let's go to 725. Get this done. 0 start point. Here comes 1. Engage. 965 that time. So when I see it turn to 900 on the drill, and by the time I stop it, it's moved in another 65 thousandths. And that's what I'm talking about when it comes to stopping a tool before you hit the back of a wall. Okay, we're past the thread, back out. Let me get my air. Okay, we're cleaned up. Start point. Plastics are so nice to cut, and this stuff has an insane amount of integrity. It maintains shape well. It's strong. Has a high melting point. So that was 725. Let's go to 740. So we're only one or two, about 3 more passes from finish. 0 start point. Here comes 1. Engage. 9. That time it stopped on 970. Out. Our thread's looking beautiful. Sure is. I'm going to get this stuff out of there. There, we got it. Keep that air compressor off. Makes too much noise. Again, I got a noise cancel microphone. Excuse me. I'm breathing really well, people. I'm doing really well. All right, that was 640. Let's go to 650. I'll go to 6. I'm in the 700s. Excuse me. 750. Find our 0 start point. Here we come. 0. We're sitting on 751.5. I'm gonna wait for the 1 come back around. Nine. 968 that time. By the time I saw 900, it moved 68 thousandths at 500 RPM on a 16 TPI feed before I got the tool stopped. I've heard a lot of people say, why? I've heard all kinds of stuff about how much undercut you need and how fast you can stop a tool. A lot of people have real misconception about how fast you can get a tool to stop. Now, I have a foot brake on this, but I don't use the foot brake on stuff like this. I don't need it. I'm good. It's not that important. So there's our start point. Let's come into our final dimension. All right, last night I needed 657.5, like Aaron. I'm sitting on 657.8. I'm going to make this pass and we're going to test fit. We're on 0 start point. 1's coming around. $9.15 that time. Oh, that was real fast. Stopped a little early. All right. Let's take a look, see if our part fits. I'll back the tool out here. Let me get it. Remember, I did 2 threads. We've got a 16 and an 18. This is the 16. This is the first fit right in front of the camera. Let's see what happens. There you go. Slightly tight. So let's go in and do a smaller couple finish passes. Remember, I didn't do a finish pass at all at the final dimension. All I did was hit the dimension test fit. There's our 0 start point. 7. We're going to do a couple at 758 first because I don't want to enlarge it. I think we're going to remove enough right here to do this, hopefully. But you're seeing it with your own eyes. Okay, 0 start point, 758.6, excuse me. Here comes number 1. It's coming. One inch that time I stopped. Okay, let's do one more finish pass. $758, 758.6. That's good enough. All right, one just went by. Here comes one. Engage. 903 that time. We're out. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's see if it fits this time. We might have to do another cleanup. Get that stuff out of there. That certainly isn't going. It's a beautiful thread. Beautiful. All right. Make sure we have the right side of this part here. It's better, but still a little tight. All right, well, let's go in and do a, just like last night, we'll take another 2.5, 3/1000 out. Start point. There it is. 7. We'll go 7.6. We're at 7.586 that last time. We'll go 61. Okay. 0 start point, 761, engage. One came around fast. Okay, we're out. Let's see if that wasn't enough to make it fit now. Fit real pretty. It might not. And, ooh, it's still a little tight. I can even hear it squeaking. All right, we're good. We're good. This one's going to be a little bit more than the one last night. But we'll get it right now. Okay, start point. Here we come. We're clean back there. We'll check this again. This coarse thread is showing me it's a little bit worse than the one I did last night. We're done. It's in. Okay. And this will have a real tight engagement. Let's do one cleanup pass at the same dimension. Okay. 0 start point. There it is. Okay, here we go. One's coming around. All right, I'm gonna say we're good. I know we're good. Let's test it in front of you again. Wrong end. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. Delrin has an expansion. Remember, it's soft. It's going to expand back out. It always pushes away from the part. So I'm going to shut the camera off. We're going to get this out of here. And we're going to talk about it at the bench. Okay, thread's done. Thread's beautiful. This is today we did the 16. Last night I did the 18. This here is my 18. I did a smaller piece last night, shorter. We had a lot of wall thickness, and the reason I keep as much outside the chuck as possible was deformity, because we are talking a plastic. Draw pressure is going to deform it, meaning when you do your bore for an internal thread, it might get some deformity to it. We didn't want that, so I threaded. My entire length of my thread is outside the jaws, so we have no deformity. But here's the 18 thread I did last night. I didn't like the video at all. Let me bring it up here in the light. Again, we got terrible lighting here. Okay, beautiful thread. It's got some oil on it. The internal thread is just as beautiful, just difficult to see because we're in black. And on this side today is the 16 I did. We just finished it up. And look how beautiful it threads in. And it threads with a very tight engagement. Thermoplastics are going to push back out after you cut them. So you're going to do more final passes. Both of these had to have an extra 3. I think the 18 required 2.5 thou additional cut at the end. And this required almost 5. So, and that's not taking it out of dimension. It's because the plastic pushed. And then when you went to fit it, it was tighter. So we get tighter fits. But we hit it. You'll see in the videos, we hit those numbers. The 18, I hit it on I hit the number on the first try. Then I took another 2.5 out and went in just like you saw right there. Goes in beautiful, just beautiful threads. And they're pristine to look at. So the stuff threads incredibly nice. But, okay, that's how nice it threads. Again, we hit our number. The number was on that, or the ID was 685, I think it was, and 748.5. We ended up taking 2.5 thou off the ID, additional to get that fit on the second try. This one here was pretty much about the same. There it is. They got a little oil on them. They thread beautiful, but they got a nice firm engagement. So anyways, there's your threading of thermoplastics. Different deal, man. It's not aluminum. It's not steel. It threads differently, and you get beautiful results. So, Delrin Acetal threading, internal, external matching. Did 2 of them, matched them perfect. No slop, and I mean no slop in these threads. They don't move at all, which is pretty much how I always thread. I like my threads to have beautiful engagement. No commercial threading where you got like a 70% engagement. I usually thread up in the 80 to 90% engagement. Anything over 90, you can really struggle getting them not to bind up. The smallest of burrs will ruin your day. The last internal external threading video I did, the very last, when I went to fit it, I had to put my loops in. I had to use my loops to go in because I did a real fine thread with only a 10,000th clearance between the 2 internal and external thread, and the smallest of debris that I couldn't even see with my eye held that thread up. And I had just hit it with a little Scotch-Brite, just touched it, used my loops to make sure it was clean, and then it went right together, and it had no slop. You could not move the parts. There was no movement between them. So anyways, please like, share, and subscribe my videos. I need all the help I can get. With the gun-related stuff, machining I've done, YouTube has pretty much crapped on me. They don't even, I don't know, I can't say for sure, but I do know that I can no longer put hashtags on any of my videos. They won't accept any hashtags. So I can't even put search criteria in my videos anymore. I send them emails. They won't answer any of my emails, and I continue to not be able to put any hashtags in. Like everybody else can put all kind of hashtags in for search. I can't put a single one in. So I'm totally dependent on people to run across my videos. So please like, share, and subscribe. I love you all. Have a great rest of your work week. I ordered the aluminum for the new upper receiver. I'll probably pick that up in the next day or 2. And we're going to do a set of scope rings in the next video. I need you all to like our comment. Do you want me to do a 1-inch set of scope rings, a 30mm set of scope rings? You want a 2-piece set, or do you want a 1-piece set of scope rings? If you want to comment, please do. But we're going to do a set of Picatinny mounted scope rings in the next video. and they're going to be interesting. Nothing really hard about it. Pretty easy stuff. But the Picatinny cutter, we're going to do male and females. So you're going to see both types of Picatinny cuts. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the scope ring video coming up. We'll try to hit that by next weekend. Take care of yourself. Have a good rest of your work week. Have a good weekend. See you later.